Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Friday. Happy Friday morning, guys. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Friday morning, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas. For me, it's been very, all caps, very busy at work the last few days, but things have finally got back to normal, and your girl is ready for good, all caps, good, well-deserved vacation. Really quickly, I want to also say hey to my new subscribers here. There's a number you guys here, at least 40 in the last, I would say, week and a half. So I just want to say, hey, a few of you have already emailed me and introduced yourselves. I'm so grateful and thankful to have you guys here. So speaking of new subscribers, I have an email from a good sis who wanted me to give some tips on her to help her to start, quote unquote, crashing out behind the dude. And so I want to be able to just give her some tips. And if you guys happen to have any what works for you, please comment in the comment section. I would love to read them, and I'm sure she would as well. So really quickly, I'll read her email. Hi, Kizzy. I'm new to your channel, and I love your channel. I've been watching your videos like clockwork. You are a beautiful sister, so I doubt you can... Okay. You are a beautiful sister. Thank you, sis. So I doubt you can relate to cheating men and everything that comes with them. Let me read this again. You are a beautiful sister, so I doubt you can relate to cheating men. I'll press in there in a minute. But here's my situation. I met a gentleman. I never liked him. I didn't like him at first. However, we were spending time together, and over time, we developed a connection. 8 months in, he asked me to be in a relationship with him and to start removing all of the other guys that I've been hanging out with and dating. At first, I was hesitating because I've been hurt in my last relationship and I already had my walls up. But I started to catch more and more feelings, and eventually I started to remove all the other guys that I was speaking to. In fact, I changed my number. Guys, this is real time. Please bear with me. In fact, I changed my number. 3 months after changing my number, I found out that he was cheating all along. I'm devastated. Why would he even ask me to be his girl? Why didn't he just keep playing the field rather than set me up for this heartbreak? I'm crashing out, and any tips would be well received. All right, sis. I got about 15 tips for you, but let me peel back really quickly. Right, because there's this first of all, thank you for the compliment, honestly, and you're very beautiful yourself. There's this misconception that I guess people who are attractive or whatever don't deal with the same thing that everybody else deals with. Like, if anything, you may deal with it more, and that's a whole topic for another day. But you may deal with it more because sometimes when it comes down to quote unquote beautiful people tend to think like, well, they have too many options, or they have people already waiting for them. So it's almost like they won't even remove their own walls, if you will, because there's already something made up in their mind that you can leave so easily, or somebody can just steal you away so easily. So that's a whole nother topic. Maybe I'll make another video for that on a different day. Also, there's a misconception that strong people don't get hurt. Where the difference is, strong people may not show it, let it be crashing out, if you will. We deal with it more internally, things like that. So for myself personally, I'm the kind of person that if I get hurt times 15, because I'm already skeptical about who I let into my life and on a personal level. So if I have allowed you into my life and if I develop some type of connection with you, then you're very, very special. So I already kind of have I've already gotten comfortable there. So when I'm betrayed or if I'm hurt, I feel it way more, and maybe all chosen people deal with this, right? We feel it more intensely than the average person, because the average person don't even really go through all that vetting process and already have to. So it's a whole nother level. So it's like once you get comfortable and you start pillow talking, and what hurts the most too, a lot of the times, chosen ones, is that when you meet that person and then you get comfortable enough to start talking to them about what an ex did or how your ex was, maybe your ex hurt you, things like that. So in your mind, you figure because you expressed them you express this to them, that they will be more cautious to be sure they don't hurt you in that same way. But a lot of the times that same thing can be used against you. Like, for example, let's say that you had an ex who always cheated, and then you told the new person, oh, my ex always cheated. But yeah, you stayed in that relationship, right? So let's just say you stayed in that relationship for 3 years and this person cheated for 3 years. Well, you telling your ex that is really laying the foundation for him or her to know that if they cheat on you, they can do it for 3 years. So it can actually backfire against you. But then what if you had a conversation that says, my ex cheated and I left them the first time? So if the new person really cared about you, they're going to do everything in their power to be sure that they don't mess that up, because they already know how you move in that arena. So, okay, if she or he don't play when it comes to that, and if they remove the ex who they loved out of their lives for one-time cheating, I'm going to be sure I don't move like that. Even if that's how they naturally move, if they really care for you, key word, if they really care for you or love you or respect you, they will literally make those changes in fear of losing you, knowing how you walked away from your prior relationships. So it says, please, please don't ever think like, because you know somebody who is attractive, a man or a woman, and you think like they don't have, ciao. Whew. Okay, let's get to these tips really quickly because I do have to go somewhere. Let's start with number 1, guys. Bear with me with this counting. I think it's 15. I know I'm going to lose track. So just, we listen, but we don't judge. Number 1, first and foremost, no tips I give you are going to be able to be a benefit to you if you have not put the work in and if you're not a heal, hold individual. Again, that doesn't mean you're perfect. That just means you're stable enough to know what you carry, right? You're tapped into your purpose and your calling. You know who you are within God, that you know what you deserve and what you don't deserve. So nothing I say to you after this is going to be a benefit unless you're here. If you're currently dealing with, well, currently you might be dealing with some confidence issues, but I mean, as a whole, if you're struggling with confidence and self-esteem issues, it is going to be hard to walk away from an individual who've hurt you. So build yourself back up first. Number 2, process. You got to take time and you have to process everything. You got to process your feelings. You have to sit in that hurt. You have to sit in that pain. You have to allow God to unfold things for you and show you where you went wrong, right? Show you that do this the next time. Don't do this the next time. Right? Show you how to forgive yourself, forgive the other person. Show you that this had to happen in order to get you to who's really for you. This is something that you will learn from. So process it all. Number 3, boundaries. This is going to depend on how strong you are. Again, some people you're going to have to cut off for life for different reasons. Because for one, it's going to depend, well, at least for me, it's going to depend on that level of offense, meaning how much evidence I got and what did they do exactly, blase. Or if it's a person who just won't pull back and leave you alone when you say, listen, I need time. Like, you're not going to bombard me with foolishness when you messed up. So you can reach out to me every now and then, right? And even then, if I feel like I'm still struggling with feelings, then I'm going to have another conversation and say, well, we got to just part into next lifetime because it's not healthy for me. So it really depends on where you are. But I'll tell you this, whatever boundaries that you set in place, you have to be firm with those boundaries, because I promise you, they will not give you the boundaries unless you're firm with them. They're going to keep crossing your boundaries. In hopes to either get you back or just in hopes to try to manipulate you. But be firm with your boundaries. Next thing, self-care. Take care of you right now, sis. Go get some massages. Go on a great vacation, right? Whatever you do for self-care, go walk in nature. But give your time, put you first right now. You know, because especially us sisters, right? We're so used to putting everybody in front of us, right? So take time right now because you need time to grieve, right? So self-care. Next thing, eliminate too many opinions. This is something that people do, and this is not a good thing. So you're asking opinions from your 25 best friends. You're asking opinions from your mother or your sister, the person at the gas station. You're getting your nails done, honey, and you asking the chick next to you, what would you do, girl, if he... Listen, everybody... Everybody have different experiences, right? So here you are, and your best friend may tell you, girl, leave and never look back. The chick at the the chick at the nail shop is telling you, girl, no, take him back. Da, 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 da. And before you know it, your mind is all over the place, right? So you can't even hear what God is saying because you're having all these different opinions. Some of these opinions, people are speaking to you from trauma and their own hurt, right? Some of these opinions, people are going based on what work for them in their relationship. So you have to get to a place where you are hearing, first and foremost, specifically from God. And then if you have one, maybe two individual, you got to know who these people are, meaning you know they're coming from a healthy place. Like I have a couple of friends where I can call one because she's in a very, very, very successful long-term marriage, where maybe I can't call the other one because she's on her third dude this year. So I can't, right? But me and the one with the third dude, like, we can go out to dinner and have a great time, right? We gonna have some fun, but I can't. So just make sure you're getting opinions from wise counsel. Next thing, stop reading those old texts. Listen, please let me help somebody out here. Stop reading those old text message threads. If you find yourself struggling and toggling with reading it, just delete the whole thread. Seriously, you gotta be careful during this time what you allow to get into your spirit. Remember, you're doing a spiritual cleanse. A spiritual cleanse. So the more you keep entertaining stuff, you're reading messages that you already know that now at this point, they're all lies. So now you're reading that stuff over and over just for it to penetrate your spirit when you're trying to get things to flow and leave your spirit. You're reigniting things. So you now have facts that he cheated. So now why are you going back and reading messages saying, oh, I love you, I would never hurt you. Da, 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 da. It's proven that it was all a lie. So you're allowing those lies to enter your spirit again. So just stop reading messages or just delete them, whatever works for you. Next thing, forgive yourself. A lot of the times we want to beat ourselves up like, oh, I'm so crazy. I saw the signs in the beginning. I knew I was feeling, why didn't I go with my gut feeling? Why didn't I go with my intuition? I'm so crazy. Oh my goodness. I said I would never let somebody get this. Forgive yourself. You're human. You're human, and there's a great chance that they only got up in there because you were already going through a down season. Maybe you were already going through something, maybe a prior heartbreak. Maybe you were going through a grieving process. Maybe you were so you were already going through something anyway. So forgive yourself if you feel like you've been foolish. Next thing, number 8, listen. I'm a whole woman, so I get it. And I still struggle with this at times, but I try to compartmentalize it, I guess, if you will. Stop sending those novel-sized text messages. Honey, and I'm a writer. Like, I write like I speak. So when I start to write, I flow like when I speak. So before I know it, like, it might only take me in my mind 3 minutes. But honey, it's about 3 paragraphs and a whole novel, right? And the text message. Listen, that's us, right? That's us ladies, because we're emotional beings. We got to get it all out. Why do you think it can be 90 pages of a text message, and then when the man replies, it's literally 1 sentence? And it's like, dude, you didn't answer 50 of the things that I had in there. They don't read that stuff. Child, they don't read it. They might read the first couple of sentences, and even if they read it, right, they're not going to really receive it the way how we receive it. Test them, right? I love to give a test. Okay, here's a pop quiz. What were the 5 things? What were the 5 concerns that I had in that message? They'll probably give you 1. Okay, great job. You got 1. What's the other 4? They don't read that stuff. They don't read it, and even if they read it, they kind of like skim over it because that's us. Men are more logical, right? We are so emotional. If anything, they would just rather us call and give them the points. This, that, and the third. A, B, C, D. Right. So I like to give pop quiz. Now here's what I will do when I say compartmentalize. I will write. I won't even respond to one emotion at a time. Meaning I'm going to get everything at one time. Whatever have built up. So I'm going to send one, all caps, one long novel book text where I laid everything out. Meaning I'm going to break it down in a logical way as well. Of course, emotions all up in there too. But now when the conversation goes back to, well, what did you say about this? Everything is in the novel that I sent. So, because here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to keep repeating the same thing over and over because everything is inside your book. Go back to your book, right? Read chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, because all your answers are already there. Because you're not going to harass my nerves, have me repeat the same things that I've already communicated. So send one message because ladies, listen, we got to get it out. I don't care what men don't want to hear. We have to express it. We got to get it out. But don't keep sending 20 and 30 per day. No, take your time, sit with your emotions, write everything on paper where you kind of organize it. Send one message. That's all they need. So when they come back to you, refer them back to the novel book. I gotta go. I gotta hurry up. Oh my goodness. Oh, what number am I on? Oh my goodness. See, this is why I don't like doing. Number 9. This is common. And truth be told, if you're honest, it plays with your mind. It's almost the feeling of, well, if I leave and if I stay away, then the next chick, or for my guys, the next chick or the next dude is going to get them. But they already got them. Think about it. If you've caught them cheating, they already got them anyway. So why are you going to consider going back because the next chick might win? Win what? A cheating dude? Win what? A cheating chick? So how are you? This is how you know you're broken in certain areas when you're trying to compete with the person that they're cheating with. It should have never even been a competition. If it was that real, if it was that thorough, you would have never jeopardized what you had. And again, this is why you make sure you bring everything to the table and you do your part. Because there's no competition. It's no competition. Period. Right? So why are you concerned about what he's going to go be with her? Go let him, because here's the thing. Here's the kicker. If she been the side chick or he been the side dude, they only had them part-time. Once they get them full-time, they get the full person. And it's not going to last. See, it's fun when everything is all sneaky, freaky, right? And you got something part-time because you don't know the challenges that comes with somebody full-time. So this is why a lot of the times when people leave people for side chicks or side dudes, it don't last. That thrill of sneaking around is gone. Then they really see what the man had to deal with, the stress, the lies, you don't want that. And now the side chick go and find another dude, right? Or the side dude go and find another chick. And now this person is left brokenhearted, wanting to come back to you. Come back where? Come back where? Child, y'all be letting them people, never mind, let me leave that alone. Come back where? Number 10. This is major. A lot of people, when they get cheated on or hurt, they take things personal, as in if it was something you did wrong. Maybe you weren't good enough. You weren't pretty enough. Your sex wasn't banging enough. This, that. You're like beating. Maybe I didn't have enough money for my dues. Maybe I didn't have enough money because I lost my job. Maybe I wasn't masculine enough. Maybe this, right? These are lies you tell yourself. Unless you've been slipping in a certain area, right? Again, this is why I stress Always be thorough. Always bring your A game. And I don't care how long the relationship had. It could be 10 years. You still bring your A game and hit it from every area, literally, right? So when it's time to walk, you know, listen, I kept it thorough. So that's you, bro. That's all you and your own traumas. That's you and your own lack of discipline. So what happens is people tend to take that stuff personal. It's not personal most times. Most times it's about the other person. They're not disciplined, right? They're not leveled up enough. They're not healed and whole. Most people are still walking around in their own traumas. So it's almost like you can have a great person, but then how do you remove all of the boundaries and trust the person when you can even trust your own daddy to be there? So you're already dealing with rejection issues, abandonment issues, all these things from childhood, all these things from prior relationships, and then the person gets with you. Listen, sometimes you can love on a person so much, or you can be so good to a person so much that it scares them. Make it make sense on how a person can jeopardize and self-sabotage a great person who adds great value to their lives, to jeopardize by cheating with a random, like for my girls, like a bird brain, like literally a bird brain. She might be Cupid. I mean, there's nothing else. So when you compare, it's like, or for my dudes, how she can go from a traditional man, right, who was raised with that traditional mindset, or even if he was not, he put the work in over time and he developed himself, et cetera, et cetera. He's learned the art of discipline. He's not moved by that, you know. And you go and cheat with a Dusty, or what's the new name that guys got, Jaquan, or right? You go and cheat, and you're trying to think like, how, I mean, if you're going to jeopardize, like me personally here, this is all Kizzy here. If I'm going to jeopardize, first of all, I'm not going to jeopardize a good thing. But if I'm going to jeopardize something, you best believe it's going to be a level up. Because I'm not going to lose a good thing for an average. That ain't going to happen. If I'm going to be fool enough, it has to be a level up. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. Next thing. Do not match energy. Please hear me and hear me well right here. It is so much easier when you're dealing with the emotional feelings that comes with disappointment, heartbreak, things like that. It is so easier to go and just start dealing with somebody else. Because what it does is it masks the pain. So you think. It masks the pain if you stay busy, or that dude who's been always waiting, or that chick who's been always waiting, or whatever. Like, you, first of all, if you're doing a soul cleanse, what you don't want to do is develop another soul tie. So now you got a soul tie that you're still trying to process and get this stuff out of your system. And now you're adding a new soul tie into that. Now you're tied all over the place. You got two ties going on. You don't even know what emotion is for who person. You don't even know who demons you're carrying. And you wonder why we're crazy. The worst thing you can do right now, and it's going to be hard. It takes discipline, right? You're going to have to sit in that pain. You're going to have to sit in those emotions, and you're going to have to be turning people down right now. Just right now. Stay with me to the last one. I'll get to that. But you're going to have to be turning people down. And another thing you don't want to do, and you will be responsible. People don't understand this. But if you know your mind is tied up with me, because listen, somebody can cheat tomorrow. That don't mean feelings go the next day, right? It may take months for you to really process that thing, truth be told. But because you know that you still have feelings someplace else, and now you go and open up another person. Keep in mind, chosen ones, anybody we deal with going to be open up. Anybody we deal with going to catch feelings, period. So now you go and open up another person knowing you got feelings that are unresolved for somebody else. The new person falls for you quickly, which typically happens for chosen people. People fall for you quickly because your spirit is pure, right? They feel that energy, all that stuff. And now this new person catch feelings. And especially if y'all, and And now you're ready to pull away for whatever reason. I can't be serious with you right now. Like, he's ready for a relationship. She's ready for a relationship. And you're like, I can't right now because I'm just confused. Well, you wonder why you're confused. You got two different ties going on there, right? So just whatever you do, just don't enter anything else or allow anyone else to enter you. That was not supposed to come out like that. That was not supposed to even come out like that, because that sounds kind of we're all adults here. It is what it is. Next thing. Accountability for your part. I kind of mentioned that a little bit earlier, but in a more deeper sense. Again, why did you even allow this person in your life? Were you just at a low point and you kind of ignore the red flags? If you're honest, you ignore what you initially felt. So once you take accountability for your part, it makes it a little bit easier, because it's almost like I would never even be in this situation if I would have played my position, right? If I would have followed my intuition, right? I would have never even been in this situation. So partially it's my fault, right? Why did I believe words over what I felt in my spirit? Why did I ignore the red flags when I know this person was lying? So you got to take accountability for your part. Number 13. If you, all caps, because this is your situation, if you allow this person back into your life, because everybody's different, right? Some people can get past certain things or whatever. Some people just can't. Some people may take accountability and say, well, you know what? I was cheating too. I was cheating. So I can't really, so I'm just going to go ahead and give her another chance because I was cheating too. So whatever it is, every situation is different. Whatever it takes to make you feel safe and comfortable, they're going to have to respect it. Whatever you demand. That can be passwords to, and I know some people can feel like, no, that's too drastic. No. You put yourself in that predicament. So you can't tell somebody else how long it's going to take for them to heal and what is going to require for them to feel safe in order to trust you. Trust has to be built. Trust has to be built initially, right? It's supposed to be built initially. But even if it was, and if that has been severed, then it has to be built back up again. This is why I don't understand. Like, it's like people can do things and then it's almost like they want to pick up a conversation like nothing ever happened. You don't even understand. It's a whole mountain now, right? So if you allow this person back in your life, whatever your demands are, if that's therapy, if that's password, if that's videos 24 hours a day. And see, that's why I can't do that, because nobody got time. I'm trying to hit this from different perspectives, because I do know there are people who are going to, like, whatever's going to make you feel comfortable, they're going to have to respect that and honor it. The thing is, if they do respect and honor what you're requiring, you can't really be beating them upside the head every 2 minutes about what they did. Like, you got to know what they did. You got to lock into what they did. But if you see that they're trying in a certain area, right, you got to kind of just let them be and try to prove themselves. Without you hammering them every second of the day. But I'm going to tell you, guard your heart. I don't care how good they're doing, guard your heart. Because a lot of the times people are only going to do things to appease you until they think you trust them again. But at the end of the day, that's just still their character, right? They haven't done the personal work themselves to be more disciplined, things like that. So that's just their character. So it may be a temporary thing just to get you back. But we all know what happens once they get you back and they're back comfortable, right? That character is still that character. So guard your heart. Guard your heart. But for others like myself who just, you can't get past certain things and you know it's going to be detrimental to your peace, it's going to be detrimental to their peace, just have that one conversation, forgive, right? Forgiveness is a process, right? You can tell somebody you forgive them, but that's truly a process for most people. Forgive, wish nothing but positive vibes, honestly, like no negativity, none of that stuff. You learn from it and you keep it moving, period. Number 14. I only got 15, so I think I did pretty good with the numbers, honey. I think. Number 14, level up on them. Level up on them. Right? Go ahead. Things that you, because sometimes when you're in like very long-term relationships, kind of let yourself go, and things that you wanted to do, that can look like going back to school. That can look like starting that certain career. That can look like getting back in the gym. This is good for people like who've been in like very long-term relationships and you let yourself go physically, like getting back in the gym, like just straight level up on them. Right. Basically get back aligned. Get back aligned. Because when you're aligned, that's when things flow into your life. So just level up on them. Because a lot of the times when people hurt you like that, if it's like a narcissist, they really want to see you down. Like they want to see you down out bad. Like seriously. So we ain't doing that up over here. No. We only level up, right? The best revenge, truth be told, the best revenge is to level up. Last and but not least. Oh, this now finally you can entertain other people. Now that you've processed everything, you've taken accountability, you've healed, you did this, that, and the third. Now you're ready to entertain. This is coming back really quickly, back to what I was saying earlier about not entertaining people. Did I specifically said, especially in X? I know I said don't entertain other people, but specifically I want to point out too, do not, because your mind will play tricks on you like, you know what? Okay, I left my ex for cheating and then he cheated. So I might as well go back to my ex because it's like everybody cheats. So sis, bro, no. No. The enemy will literally play with your mind. The enemy will play with your mind, and so much so that he will have that ex or that narc or whoever reach out to you at the specific time. The specific time, right? No. The mindset should be, I'd rather be alone than deal with anybody who will cheat, right? An ex or the new. Nobody dealing with that. Who dealing with somebody? If you ain't got discipline in 2024, child, you're doomed. Like seriously, you're doomed. But yeah, so lastly, just go ahead and entertain other things in a healthy form, right? But most importantly, remembering how not to move, how you move that initially got you in this situation. Now you need to be more cautious, right? You might need to pull back a little bit more and allow people to prove themselves even longer. So, but you can, the whole thing is you're moving on from a healthy, whole place versus moving from a broken, heartbroken, emotionally vulnerable place that you may have moved in the beginning. It's your girl, Kizzy Ross.